Okay, hello guys, what is up? Happy Thursday to y'all. Okay, so welcome everyone. Is everyone here? Yeah, I think I was. Oh yeah, Yasmini. Sorry, I haven't sent the soft copy yet. Okay, because I just saw your message. Okay, sorry, I was having my dinner just now. Okay, yes, Rafina. Yes, hello. Anyway, so what are we doing today? All right, so I just found out yesterday that my progression is a little bit too fast, okay, compared to other tutors lah. I don't know how it happens. I have already, you know what? I've been telling so many grandpa, grandmother story in class, but I'm still somehow faster than other tutors, okay, by quite a lot. So if you attended other tutors class last week or any week before, you might notice things are a bit slow, okay? Zoom kicked you out, is it? Or is it because of the connection? I think most likely it's because of the connection lah. Okay, anyway, so today I'm gonna take it slow. Okay, I'm gonna take it a bit slow. I'm gonna go into plants. Okay, yes, a very boring part. Okay, no doubt about that. Yeah, by the way, every chapter, you'll be learning about plants. You'll be learning human first, and you'll be learning about plants. So I hate to say it, plant is a very boring part to learn. Okay, I'm not even gonna pretend to tell you that, oh, you know what, guys, plants are very interesting too. No, they are not. Okay, I hate teaching plants. I hated learning it, and I still hate teaching it till today. But still, we have to go through it. Okay, yes, boring. Okay, next time when you go biology, you know lah, you have to learn about plants like every freaking chapter for like 15 chapters. Okay. Okay, that's just what I have to do. Okay, anyway, for those who are from other tutor, we have already finished this part. Okay, I'll roughly quickly go through this lah. I'll go through this again lah. So last week, was it last week? Yeah, I think it was last week. Last week we did finish this part already, okay, which is different adaptation of our respiratory system in different situation. All right, so what is this? That means what will our respiratory system do? By the way, guys, respiratory system, which is our lungs, they are tied to our heart, which is your cardiovascular function, which is your heart. That means your breathing system, your lungs, and your heart, they are usually tied together. That means if there's something wrong with your lungs, big chances are you have something wrong with your heart as well. Okay, this is why your heart and your lungs diseases they are mostly linked together. Okay. Okay, yes, hello guys. Even I myself got kicked out. Okay, not kicked out. I believe this is disconnection. The internet over here, because I'm in Puchong right now, okay, the internet here is not the best in the world. Okay, as I was saying just now, your heart and your lung function, they are mostly tied together. Okay, that means if you were to smoke, like I think I told this already lah. If you smoke, you are gonna get high blood pressure. Okay, you are gonna get breathing problem. Okay, like bronchitis and pneumonia and all. And this thing will also lead to you having high blood pressure. All right, so this one we will go into that in the next chapter lah. Okay, so anyway, different adaptation. Okay, let me just quickly go through this. Adaptation of respiratory system in different situation. That means in each different, we are faced with challenges every day. Our breathing system, our lungs go through different challenges every day. So how do they adapt to different challenges? Of course, we have 3 challenges over here. Number 1 is altitude. Okay, your vigorous sport activity, and of course diseases. All right, so when you are at different altitude, I think I told you this last week already. When you are at a very high altitude, okay, let's say you climb a very high mountain, oxygen up there is very little, your breathing rate will increase. Okay, they will try to get more oxygen to try to compensate for the lack of oxygen. So you try to breathe faster. Okay, this is why you get something called altitude sickness, where you are running out of breath, you get very sick, you feel like vomiting. And of course, the other way around, when you are at a very deep sea, That means if you are, let's say, going for scuba diving, so you need, your breathing rate will decrease. Okay, your heart rate and your breathing rate will decrease because it's very high pressure down there. So they will try to correct your breathing by slowing it down. Okay, so anyway, moving on, let's go to your sports activity and lifestyle. So when you do exercise, okay, your breathing rate will increase. Okay, like I said, this is to get more oxygen into your muscles. Because if your muscles, they don't get oxygen, you will experience cramping. Okay, do you know how cramping happens? Cramping happens when your muscles suddenly refuse to work. Your muscle contracts and it refuses to relax. Your muscle is suddenly going through a seizure. It's like a seizure for your muscle. Your muscle just suddenly say, you know what, bro? I quit this shit. Okay, I'm sick of it. I quit this shit. So your muscle just stops working. So that's what cramping is. This is why when you overwork your muscle is like sort of like rage quit lah. Your muscle is rage quitting. Okay, so this is why you need stronger breathing system, stronger lungs to keep your muscles working. Okay, this is why athletes, they very seldomly get cramp. Do you see Ronaldo cramping? Not really, because he has very good stamina. All right, so if you're very athletic, that means your lung capacity is higher. Everything about your breathing system is stronger. You have stronger intercostal muscle, stronger diaphragm, more capillaries in your lung, more alveolus in your lung. Everything in your lung is just better. Okay, why march notes? They give you chapter 3. Oh, I think that's a mistake already. Okay, if you receive the wrong notes, guys, please feedback to your admin. Okay, what branch you register under, please refer back to them, because sometimes the delivery guy also brain fart one. Okay, sometimes even I receive the wrong notes. Okay, because I'm supposed to keep a copy for myself. Even sometimes I receive the wrong notes. Okay, so you know lah, brain fart happens lah. Shit happens. Okay, so do feedback to them. They will send you another copy. Okay, same goes to languages. If you receive the wrong language for your notes, please let them know, because unless you are okay with translating everything to the language you want yourself lah, I don't think so. Okay, so anyway, moving on. So what happens when you have diseases? Okay, hang on. Someone is coming in. Okay, yes, Andrea, hello. What's with you? Hey, you're very funny one, oh. I put my class at 6:50. Some of you will come in at 7. Okay, and then I put my class at 7, oh. Some of you will come in at 7:10. At this point, I feel like I'm being trolled here. Malaysia timing, right? Okay. Anyway, being on time is not really our strong suit. I admit, even I'm not on time most of the time as well. Okay. Anyway, so as long as you're here, okay. So diseases are what does your breathing system do when you have certain diseases? Like I told you, anemia is when you lack red blood cell. So when you lack red blood cell, you are getting less oxygen. So your breathing rate will try to compensate for that. So your breathing rate will increase. Okay, if you run out of breath all the time, okay, chances are you have anemia. Okay, and of course, sickle cell disease or sickle cell anemia is the same thing. It's also a form of anemia. It's just that this is hereditary. That means this thing is passed down. If your parents have it, if your grandparents have it, if it runs in your family, basically, okay, then you will have it too. Okay, you will learn more about hereditary disease next year, which is Form 4. All right, so I always tell my students, okay, this is just to tell a little bit lah. You'll learn this in Form 4. You cannot choose your parents. Okay, you cannot choose your parents. What do I mean? If you are born with very shitty genes, okay, you know what is gene, right? Okay, something about this gene. Okay, since we have a lot of time, I'm gonna sidetrack and say a lot of grandpa story again to you. Okay, do you know what are genes? Okay, genes are what your parents give to you. Okay, if your dad is very good looking, okay, if your dad is very tall, very handsome, and your mom is very pretty, she's like Miss Universe or something, chances are you will look super good looking. Okay, I'm sure you sometimes you're envious of your friend. Wow, so good lah, my friend so tall, so good looking. She can get any guy she wants. He can get any girl he wants. Hey, you cannot blame anything. This is why I say you cannot choose your parents. Okay, if you are born with shitty genetics, then you have shitty genetics. If you are born with very good genetics, then good for you. Okay, you have to know many things in life it's already set the moment you are born. Okay, for example, wealth is the same thing. If you are born in a, I don't know, if your dad is like the top 10 richest man of Malaysia, then hey, good for you. Your life is so much easier compared to other people. Same goes to good looking people. Okay, if you are born with very awesome jawline, okay, you're born with double eyelid, you're born with a very tall nose, you're born with very awesome lustrous hair, hey, good for you. But if you're born with none of these, who can you blame? You can only blame your parents. Ma, why are you making me so short? Why are you giving me the short gene? You cannot do anything. Okay, it's like, I'm sure when it comes to many things, you'll realize things like this. For example, if you're learning music, okay, this is about Form 4, you will learn this. Do you know musical talent is inherited? A big part of it is, okay, that means if you are born pitch perfect, okay, because my wife is a piano teacher, okay, so she said some kids they are just virtuoso. Okay, you know what's virtuoso? That means they are born genius, like Chopin, like Mozart. There's only one Mozart in 10,000 people, maybe more than that. Okay, he's a freaking genius. Do you know how smart Mozart is? He started learning the harpsichord at 3. Okay, he performed in front of the Austrian emperor at 5. Okay, a freaking concert at 5. He basically started composing songs at 4. Can you compose your song at 4? No, 4 you can barely shit. You barely shit your pants every day. Okay, you are still learning how to potty train. He's writing music already. Wow, sir, why so unfair one? Oh, there's nothing you can do. You can either cry about it or you do something about it, lor. Okay, like me, I'm born a very skinny person. Okay, when I was your age, okay, I was 50, all the while until Form 5, I'm 53 kilos. Okay, does it mean I cry about it? No, I go to the gym, I train myself. Okay, now I'm around 70 kg. Okay, yes, I'm not born with the best gene, but hey, either you can cry about it or you can do something about it. Okay, life is fair because it's unfair for everyone. Yeah, true, you can look at it that way. But of course, if you are born with this sickle cell disease, your life is gonna suck a lot. Okay, why? Because you just don't have enough red blood cell compared to other people. Maybe if yours is not serious, maybe you can just live by. But if yours is very serious, you have to go for blood transfusion every few months, okay, which is a very pain in the ass disease to have. Okay, yes, you heard that before. So that's why I say you cannot choose your parents. Like you see, you know who Usain Bolt is? I'm sure I told you about this this athlete when we talk about this chapter. Usain Bolt, he's a born runner. He's a born sprinter. Okay, back then, scientists say that it is not possible for humans to run below 10 seconds for 100 meters. He's the first guy who did it. 9.54 seconds. Not only he broke the record, he freaking smashes the record. Nobody has done that before. Okay, because he's born a runner. He's born to have more running muscle in his leg so that he just a little bit of training, he can run faster than you already. Okay, can you do anything about it? No, you can't. Okay, that's why I say some of your talents, they are born. Okay, if your mom is a very good artist, if she has very good musical sense, she has a lot of artistic sense, then maybe you have it too. Okay, so just be happy of what you have lah. You can't control what you are born with. Okay, if you are born with ugly eyes, then so be it. If you are born with a very short figure, then so be it. If you are born with 3 arms, then I don't think there's someone with 3 arms. Okay, but if it is, then hey, so be it. Okay, anyway, so this is our human part lah. So we shall continue this in chapter 3. Sorry. Yeah, chapter 3, which is the heart chapter. Okay, the Jiantong one. We will learn that next chapter. Okay, so let's continue with our plants. Okay, very annoyingly, I have to teach this, okay, because I hate teaching plants, but hey, here goes. All right, anyway, so plants, they do gaseous exchange too, just in case you don't know. Okay, because you see, plants like us, they need gases, but plants are a bit more complicated because you see, we humans, we are very simple. Animals are very simple. We just want oxygen. We will throw out carbon dioxide. End of story. But you see, plants sometimes they need oxygen. Sometimes they need carbon dioxide. Sometimes they will throw out carbon dioxide. Sometimes they will throw out oxygen. So I'm sure you know what happens during photosynthesis, what happens during respiration. So they kind of have to do both. Okay, so anyway, plants carry out the process of gaseous exchange with the surrounding through their leaves, stems, and root. Okay, all these parts they can do gaseous exchange, but the majority part is the leaves. Okay, are the leaves. So leaves are the major part they do gaseous exchange of. I'm sure you know this, right? Okay, so think of it this way, leaves on a tree are like your alveolus in your lungs. Okay, don't you think they kind of look the same? Okay, your tree has branches and it has leaves. Your lungs have branches too, and they end up in alveolus. So they are kind of the same. They kind of look the same shape too. So don't you think, you know, the universe is awesome? Okay, you are made the same way as a tree. Okay, anyway, so these three parts provide a large surface area for gaseous exchange. Okay, so why do we through the leaves? Because a tree has many leaves. Okay, you have many alveolus. That's why you use your alveolus to do gaseous exchange. So a tree has many leaves. That's why they use their leaves to do gaseous exchange. So can you see the similarity? Okay, we have two bronchus only. Yeah, we have two bronchus only. So, but we have many bronchiole though. So almost the same thing. Okay, so before I move on, let's do some revision. I'm sure you know plants, they will do photosynthesis. Okay, and I'm sure you know plants will do respiration too, right? Just like us, they need to use some of that energy too. It's like, okay, it's like your dad lah. Okay, your dad, he goes out every day to work to earn money. So takkan he work every day, he come home or he give you all the money he himself needs to eat too. So he need to use some of that money. So photosynthesis will create, it's like okay, photosynthesis is earning money. So takkan he gives all the glucose to all of us animal to use he needs to use some of it too. So respiration is spending money. So it's not only like we humans or animals will spend money. So plants, they will do it too. So plants, they will do respiration too. Okay, so they are very busy. Plants are very busy. They will do both. All right. So as you know, photosynthesis, they will take in oxygen. They will throw out carbon dioxide. This happens during daytime, right? Okay. And, oh, sorry. I just got it in reverse. So they take in carbon dioxide. They give out oxygen. And of course, respiration, they do the reverse. Respiration, they will take in oxygen. Okay, and then they will throw out carbon dioxide. This is what we do, right? You take in oxygen, right? Currently, you are breathing in oxygen now. Okay, how plants know when it is night or day? That's a very good question. Okay, I shall tell you later. Okay, so they will give out carbon dioxide. All right, so anyway, in the morning, what happens? Okay, in the morning, what happens? Daytime, can you see this thing here? They take in carbon dioxide and oxygen. They give out oxygen and carbon dioxide. You might be, sir, is this book drunk? Why are they saying they take two, then they give two? That's not wrong, because you see, daytime, they will do both. They will do photosynthesis and they will do respiration. That means they will take in carbon dioxide and oxygen, and they will also throw out oxygen and carbon dioxide. I know it sounds very confusing, but in the morning, your dad is earning money and spending money on himself too. If this makes any sense to you. Okay, so they will do both in the morning. So should you worry? Okay, so you might say, sir, then which they are doing more? Okay, during daytime, they are doing more photosynthesis than respiration. Okay, that means photosynthesis will produce oxygen, right? So respiration will produce carbon dioxide, right? So what are they doing more? They are doing photosynthesis more. So that's why during daytime, they are releasing more oxygen rather than carbon dioxide. Okay, so in the morning, you don't have to worry about carbon dioxide. Okay, as long as there's light, okay, I don't care whether sunlight or whatever light lah. As long as there's light, okay, like Yushen just now you ask, how do plants know it's morning or daytime or nighttime? Very easy. Chloroplast, you know it's chloroplast, right? In a plant cell, okay, you have something called chloroplast, right? All these chloroplasts, they can only switch on when there's light. Okay, when there's light. So when there's light, they will start to do photosynthesis. So during daytime, they will do both, but photosynthesis is much more than respiration, so they will produce more oxygen. You get what I'm trying to say here? Okay, so they will do both, but photosynthesis is more. All right, so during the day, both photosynthesis and the respiration processes occur, so they do both. Okay, so they do both. All right, so you might say, sir, is it only sunlight? Can I use artificial light too? Yes, you can. Do you know artificial light makes plants grow too? This is why, okay, you might say, sir, without sun can plants grow? If I say no, then what happens to those countries without any sun? Hey, you have to know, if you move to any northern countries, okay, have you been to the UK before? Okay, I'm sure most of you haven't. I haven't too. But this is according to my friend. According to my friend, if you are in the UK, you know where the UK is, right? Okay, especially in London. Do you know what my friend called London? He called London the capital of gloom. Okay, capital of rain. Why do I say so? Because my friend said, during winter, okay, London, they don't snow. But here's the thing, during winter, for 3 months, you very seldomly see the sun. Yes, the sky gets bright. That's all. Every morning, okay, can you imagine those very cloudy days? You know, a few months back, when we were having rainy seasons, we have this cloudy day, isn't it? Okay, every morning you wake up, you see, oh, the sun is not out. The weather is like very cloudy, which is perfect. I love cloudy, I love overcast weather. But my friend said in the UK, it's even darker and it's on for 3 months. That means for that winter of 3 months, basically you don't see the sun. Okay, and I actually told him, isn't that a good thing? Okay, because I don't know lah, it's a Malaysian thing lah. We got so sick of the sun, okay, because lately it's been very hot, isn't it? We Malaysians we are very sick of the sun. And when those Mat Salleh, those Western people when they come to Malaysia, when they see our sun, they get very excited. Okay, they will start sun tanning under the sun. You go to those beach, you see people sun tanning there. Okay, and you are thinking, are these people out of their mind? Are they crazy? Why do they love the sun so much? Have you ever asked yourself this question? Okay, I've been wondering this myself. Hey, you go to those KLCC, you go to KL Tower, you can see these Western people, they just like to wear singlet and walk around under the sun. Okay, whereas us, we're like, goodness me, how can these people do this? It's so damn bloody hot. Because you see, in their countries, imagine you not seeing the sun for 3 months every year. Well, the moment you see the sun, you're gonna be freaking excited. So that's their logic. Okay. Yeah, it feels like microwave. This is the reason. Okay, we like things that we don't have. Okay, we get a lot of sun, we don't get cloudy weather. This is why we love cloudy weather. Whereas them, they have cloudy weather all the time. They don't see the sun. This is why when they see the sun, they love it. Okay, it's like you. Okay, I'm sure most of you wants to experience snow, right? Have you been to a winter country before? I haven't. I haven't seen real snow before, so I really want to experience it. I was like, okay, even until now, I'm like, you know what? I really want to experience snow. And you know what my friend said? I have a friend in the US. Okay, he lives in the northern area. He said, trust me, bro, you don't want the snow. I was like, why? What's so bad about the snow? Number one, because he said it's very dirty. And number two, it's very troublesome because you can't drive. The road is slippery. You get into accidents easily. And number three, every morning when you wake up, you have to scoop the snow away because your car will be fully covered in snow. Your driveway will be fully covered in snow. You have to scoop the bloody snow away every morning. I was like, you know what? I can't relate to that. Okay, but for my friend, according to him, it's a major pain in the butt every morning he has to do this thing. For us, what are you talking about? It's like he's speaking Spanish to me. I don't even understand. Okay, so you see, we like things that we don't experience. Right. Okay. So if I see snow, you see, yeah, exactly. But my friend, he just hates the snow. He says that snow is the worst thing ever to happen. I was like, what? What now? It's like you're speaking Spanish to me right now. I don't understand. Okay. So I don't know lah. Humans, we are very funny creatures lah. We just want things that we don't have, right? Case in point, I have a friend in Australia. Okay, I have a friend in Australia. You know what he eats when he was in Australia studying? Every day he will go to Papa Rich. You know Papa Rich, the place where you get nasi lemak and roti canai. I was like, are you crazy? Why are you eating nasi lemak there? Because he said he's homesick. He missed Malaysia. And when he came home to Malaysia, he refused to touch nasi lemak. I was like, dude, what's wrong with you? Okay, because we just have this stupid mentality. If it's easily, we can get it easily, we don't want it. We don't want it. Okay, roti canai is everywhere in Malaysia. You're like, nah, I'm okay. But when you are in Australia, you know what? I really want some roti canai right now. You see, our brain just works this way. Okay, so that's why they see the sun, they get very excited. Okay, so when it comes to UK, you might say, sir, they don't get the sun. How do their plants grow? Okay, how do their plants grow? If I have a garden in the UK, that means all my flowers will die. Okay, if you are rich enough, okay, if you're rich enough, you can actually build a greenhouse. You know what's a greenhouse? You guys know what's a greenhouse? Not the greenhouse effect greenhouse, as in you can build a glass house like this, okay? And you can plant all your things inside. You see, wow, so happy. Okay, you can plant all your flowers, whatever if gardening is your thing, okay? It's not my thing. Okay, I just think that I can never be calm with playing with plants. Okay, I'm just not a very planty person. Okay, and plus I think gardening for guy is pretty gay. I don't know. That's just what I think. Okay, imagine me being a buff guy. I'm playing with flowers all day. That's a little bit gay. Okay. No judgment though. Okay. Anyway, so if you're in a greenhouse, you would have lights. Okay, you will switch on lights like these. Okay, green rain trees. That's cool. Okay. Anyway, so when you are having a greenhouse, if you don't have enough sunlight in your country, so what do? You can put on all these lights. Okay, put on all these lights, and you might say, sir, why some of them are purple one? You know why some of the lights are purple? Because some plants they don't really like sunlight, but they like UV, as in ultraviolet. You know, the light that gives us cancer, that gives us skin cancer. Some plants, they really like that. Okay, because it makes them grow better. This is why some plants you need to give them purple or UV light so that they can grow better. Okay, this is why some greenhouse they look purple. In that case, I was just saying this to my class yesterday. You know what plants really like purple? In this case, is marijuana. Okay, marijuana. Okay, I was just saying this to my class the other day. Okay, you know what's marijuana? You guys know what is marijuana? It's called weed. Okay, it's basically, yes, weed. It's basically a drug Hey, did you know Malaysia is halfway legalizing it already? You know our health minister, Khairy, okay, Khairy Jamaluddin, he actually legalized medicinal weed. Okay, medicinal weed. As in, if a doctor prescribed weed to you, it's completely legal in Malaysia. You can smoke it to your heart's content. Okay? Okay, before you freak out, yes, this is a drug. Okay? In Malaysia, if you plant this thing, it is still a death sentence. But hey, do you know many countries are legalizing this thing right now? Because you see, weed is not as bad as you think. Okay? We have been demonizing them for the longest time. I seriously don't understand why. Okay? Do you know that weed has many medical uses? Yes, it can cure addiction, it can cure depression, it can cure anxiety, and there are some research saying that weed can actually cure cancer. It has some anti-cancer property. This is why many countries, they are legalizing it already. Okay, so before you freak out thinking that, sir, we are legalizing drugs, wow, habis lah, Malaysia, gone case lah, we will turn into a drug country. Calm your horses. It's fine. You know, okay, let me ask you this. Do you know what is the substance that kill the most people every year? What is the most dangerous substance that kill the most people? It's not heroin. It's not cocaine. It's not crystal meth. Definitely not marijuana. It's alcohol. Do you know this? Alcohol is the substance that killed the most people every year. Okay, driving under influence, how many accidents already? Okay, so why are we not banning alcohol? You see, we live in a very weird standard, don't you think so? We are not banning cigarette, we are not banning alcohol. These two will cause a lot of death, much more than you imagine. Have you seen someone overdose on marijuana? Have you heard someone who died because of weed? No, that is so stupid. Yes, this is why store is so cool. Okay, hey, experience non-halal. Hey, this thing I don't know lah. I don't know about the halal status lah. Okay, according to my friends many of my friends actually smoke weed. I don't. Okay, I don't, but many of my friends actually do. Okay, even I have a friend he's studying in Harvard. Harvard yes, that Harvard. Okay, he's a very smart guy. He actually does a lot of research. He's a doctor. He smokes weed too. Okay, and I actually asked them, hey, smoking weed how does it feel like does it feel like you're on drug? They say actually no. They say, okay, number one, you get high. Okay, that's all. And number two, you just laugh like non-stop. That's the only thing you do. You just sit there after you smoke weed. You just sit there for 2 hours laughing like an idiot. You just sit there like okay, for 2 hours you just like that. That's all. Okay, laughing gas is an option. No, laughing gas is not. Okay, laughing gas is poisonous. This is not. Okay, you just keep smiling to yourself. And my friend, there's one more side effect. While you're smoking weed, you get really hungry. Really hungry. I was like, as in how hungry? As in you can finish 3 big packs of snack at one go. That hungry. You know your potato chip, the Pringles potato chip, you can one shot finish 3 cans. That kind of hungry. That's all. It just makes you smile and eat. What's not to like about that? Okay, hey, you imagine alcohol can make people fight one, you know. When you drink alcohol, you fight your neighbor. Have you seen people on alcohol, they fight, okay? But have you seen people on weed, they fight? No. Being on weed, you just don't fight. According to my friend, when you smoke weed, you just feel very peaceful. You are smiling, how can you fight? Okay, in fact, you will just sit down with your enemy and talk to them about life. Such a peaceful drug. Why are we not legalizing it? Right. Hey, you go to Canada, this thing is already fully legalized. Okay, you don't have to be very, very shady and call your dealer, hey, dude, can I get some weed? No, so ridiculous. In Canada, you can just walk to a pharmacy, hey bro, can I get some weed? Yeah, sure, pick what you want. Okay, you can just smoke it on the spot. It's completely legal. Okay, yeah, that's right. Hey, you have to know I know this is a culture shock to you, but we have been legalizing and delegalizing, is it the word? Okay, we have been legalizing and not legalizing things for years. Okay, did you know heroin was legal? 100 years back, let's take a time machine. Let's go back to 100 years back. They used to put heroin in cough syrup. It's completely legal. It's over the counter. You can buy heroin like that. And alcohol was illegal. 100 years back, alcohol was illegal. Heroin was legal. How crazy was that? And you know what's the best thing? Do you know how they advertise this cough syrup? They say you can give it to your baby if your baby refuses to shut up at night. Okay, you know babies cry, right? If your baby just refuse to shut up at night, and as a parent you're very stressed out, easy, just feed cough syrup to your baby. It is recommended to do so. That means you drug your freaking child. Awesome. Your baby refused to shut up. No worry, guys. Just feed your baby heroin. Wow. Thanks, professor. Okay, so this was the standard. Everyone was okay with it. I'm just feeding my baby heroin. What's wrong? Now it's a freaking taboo. Oh my God, you demon. How can you do that? You see, standards change. Okay, maybe 100 years later, our grandkids will be laughing at us. Ha, look at my grandpa, so stupid. Last time buy weed have to be illegal. But you see, we are just smoking right now. Okay, we are evolving just backwards. Hey, I know the meme. Okay, anyway, so I'm not saying that this thing has no harm lah, but I don't see the point of us not legalizing it. Okay, anyway, so next time if they happen to legalize it in Malaysia, hey, you can turn this into a business. Okay, open a greenhouse. Okay, put some lights in and plant all these things. You can sell it and make a living out of it. I'm just saying, okay, I'm not saying you should do this now. By no means I'm saying you should do this now. I'm just saying, okay? Don't later you get caught and sentenced to death sentence, you can't find me, okay? No, I'm not responsible for that. Anyway, so this is we, okay? So as I said, you don't need, wait, my screen is stuck, right? Okay, you don't need sun to let your plants grow. Any light source, your plants will grow. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, what about at night? Why am I going so far? Why are we talking about wheat all of a sudden? Okay, anyway, so at night, what happens? Okay, at night is when the photosynthesis switches off. Okay, there's no more photosynthesis. So at night, plants will only do respiration. Okay, that means plant will take oxygen and give out carbon dioxide because they don't do photosynthesis. Your dad is not earning money at night. Well, not in the normal sense anyway. Okay, so they don't earn money at night. Okay, this is why I'm not sure whether your guy heard of this. I just hear these very stupid, ridiculous things they have told me. They say, at night, don't put plants in your room. Because why? Because they will do for respiration and they will rampas oxygen from you. They will compete with you for oxygen and you will die. You will get suffocated. Do you think this will happen? Okay, if according to this logic, if I put a plant in my room and that thing competes with me for oxygen, that means if I sleep in a forest at night, I die lah. Is it that way? Okay, if I happen, let's say I really want to kill myself. Okay, okay, please don't kill yourself, guys. Okay, let's say if I'm really sad, I want to kill myself. So what do? I go and hug a tree at night. I hug a tree at night, the tree will suck all my oxygen. So tomorrow I'll die lah. I will not wake up lah. I will just die in my sleep lah. Is it that way? No, that is just a stupid concept. Okay, you're gonna have a battery. No, it's not. Okay, do you know what's the exact reason you don't put a plant in your room? Because it's very dirty. That's all. Okay, because when you put a plant in your room, the plant has soil. You know, tanah, you put your plant in soil, right? The soil is a perfect place for bacteria to grow. That's the reason. It's purely hygienic reason. Okay, so don't put a plant. You should not put any plants in your room. Okay, some plants can live in water. The water also got germs on ma. Okay, this is why if you put plants in your room, you will notice something. You will sneeze a lot and you will cough a lot. And especially if you're very allergic to pollen grain, that's a freaking nightmare. Okay, so please don't put a plant in your room. Just put it in a garden. Do you eat in the toilet? Well, maybe you do, then I have nothing to say, but you don't. Okay, so there's a place for everything. A plant belongs to a garden. Okay, wastewater plant still got bacteria. Okay, if you say, sir, but I really want a plant, I die also must have a plant in my room. Okay, if that's the case, okay, let me introduce you to something called terrarium. Have you heard of this thing? Okay, I wanted to get one during my birthday, but it was really expensive. Okay, have you heard of a terrarium? Okay, buy fake plant. Some people, they don't like fake plant one. Like you see some people, the Chinese with the feng shui, they say, oh, fake plant no good for feng shui. I don't know lah. Okay, have you heard of this terrarium? Oh, this is freaking, yes, it's a mini ecosystem. Have you seen this thing before? Wow, this is so cool. Okay, they come in all these glass. Okay, by the way, this thing is sealed. It's completely sealed. You don't really have to water this thing. You maybe water it like once in every few months. You just put water in. Why? Because the water won't get lost. The water will evaporate and stick to the glass, and then it will fall something like a rainfall. It will drop back to the soil. So it's like a mini water cycle in a glass. Isn't that cool? And the good thing is the thing is sealed. Okay, the thing is sealed, so all the germs inside the soil, they won't come out. So you just kind of put it on your dresser or whatever, okay, and make sure you put a light on it. Because I actually bought one for my wife's cousin's wedding. Okay, we bought this as a wedding gift because we just think this thing is so cute to have. And the terrarium guy actually told us you just have to switch on your LED light. Okay, you point the light at it for I don't know, 5 to 8 hours every day, and this thing will just self-sustain. Okay, the thing will just sustain itself. Maybe once in a while you have to open the glass and you have to trim the grass lah. That's all. Okay, you can just keep this thing. Don't you think this is so cool? Okay, you can put any mini figurines you want inside there, and you can create your own, you know, mini ecosystem. Okay, but this thing is not cheap lah. Okay, one small terrarium can easily cost you like 500 something. Yeah, I just can't see myself spending that money to buy some plants. And plus, I'm a very clumsy person. Okay, I break things all the time. Okay, the last thing I want is I buy this 500 bucks thing. Okay, I put it on top of my shelf, and suddenly one day I just go, oops, the thing just fell on the ground and everything just scattered everywhere. I would be so pissed. Okay, so that's why I don't know. I'm just a very clumsy person. So not really for me. Okay, but hey, if gardening is your thing, okay, and if you really want some real plant in your room, okay, you can go for this thing. Okay, terrarium. Okay, Malaysia has like a few companies selling it, and you know what's the best thing? You can actually DIY this yourself. Okay, you can go to that place, you can customize everything, anything you want. You can even put a mini fountain inside. Okay, really cool. Okay, yeah, it's expensive, but hey, it's a thing that it's like having a pet that it can self-sustain. Yeah, this thing is really cool. It's like a mini bonsai. Okay, anyway, so don't worry about your plant taking oxygen away from you at night lah, huh? It just makes no sense. Okay, it doesn't happen. Okay, so be kind of god of your need, yeah, you see yourself as God. Okay, anyway, so at night, the absence of sunlight stops the photosynthesis process. So at night, they just don't do photosynthesis, so they just go to sleep. Okay, so in the morning, they release more oxygen. At night, they release more carbon dioxide. That's all. Okay, that's all. Okay, really nothing much to say here. Anyway, so let's look at our leaf structure. Okay, so what is this? What is this? This is the side view of a piece of leaf. As in daun, if you chop your leaf into half, okay, like if you chop your leaf like this and you look at it at the sideway, your leaf looks like this. Okay, so your leaf is actually a very complicated structure. It has many layers. Okay, so should you memorize the layers? No, you don't, but next time when you go biology, you have to memorize all of it. I'm sorry to say. Okay, it might look very complicated to you at first, but trust me, it is not. Okay, let me explain. Okay, first of all, the first uppermost layer, this layer, is called the cuticle. Okay, cuticle. What is the cuticle? Cuticle is the waxy layer. Okay, the wax layer. You know, leaf has a wax layer, right? When you touch the top of a leaf, it feels waxy. It's like very shiny. But the bottom of the leaf actually looks dull, right? Have you touched a leaf before? What kind of question is that? Okay, so up there it feels very waxy, right? So the wax layer is because of the cuticle. Okay, so if you cook veggie, right? I'm sure you don't eat your veggie raw. I'm sure at least you don't eat your broccoli raw lah. Well, obviously. Okay, so when you're cooking veggie, you are just softening the cuticle. Okay, you're trying to cook away the wax so that you can your veggie turns soft so that it's nicer to chew. Okay, you want some, you can peel the wax layer if it's thick enough. Okay, so anyway, and then moving on, you have the lower skin and the upper. Okay, the leaf has two layers of skin. Okay, what's the function of the skin? Skin is to protect the leaf. So you have the upper skin, which we call it upper epidermis. Okay, kulit, epidermis atas, and of course the lower one is called lower epidermis, which means lower skin. So you have the upper skin and the lower skin. They are there to protect the leaf. Okay, that's all. The skin is it's just like your skin. Your skin is to protect you. That's all. Really nothing much to say. Okay, our focus here will be the middle guy. Can you see this middle fella? Okay, after these two layers of skin, there will be this middle guy. So this middle layer, this whole middle layer is called a mesophyll. Okay, yes, it's like our outer skin, same as our outer skin. Our skin is also called epidermis, right? So this is also called epidermis, same thing. Then you learn this in chapter 1, right? Epidermis. So same thing. Okay, so what is the mesophyll? Okay, this one very easy. You know what's the meaning of meso? Meso means middle. Okay, meso means middle. What is phill? Phill is chlorophyll. You know chlorophyll? Because why do they call it mesophyll? Because this layer is right in the middle of the skin. Okay, and it is full of chlorophyll. So they call it middle chlorophyll. In short, mesophyll. Okay, this is a very lame name. What do you want? Okay, so this is a mesophyll. That means a middle layer full of chlorophyll. So mesophyll lah. Okay, mesophyll. As you can see, all these cells they are full of chlorophyll. Full of chlorophyll, full of chlorophyll. That's why your leaf looks green. Okay, all these are chlorophyll. And of course, these two layers, they have different name as well. Okay, the upper mesophyll is called the palisade mesophyll. The lower mesophyll, this one is easier. This is called the spongy mesophyll. Why is it called spongy? Because it looks like a sponge here. You know sponge, right? You know SpongeBob. You know sponge has air in the middle, right? So this is full of air, that's why it's called spongy mesophyll. It really, so you see, it looks very complicated, but it actually isn't. Okay, it's just 5 layers of it. Okay, what is palisade? This one I have no idea. Okay, I have no idea. So they just call it palisade. Okay, anyway, so our focus today will be these arrows here. So what happens? Okay, so I think you learned this in primary school already. At your lower epidermis, you have all these holes called stoma. Right? I'm sure you did this experiment during primary school, right? You take a piece of leaf, you put it into water, and then you see bubbles coming from the lower surface, right? Because they breathe using the holes underneath the leaf. So the holes are called stoma. Okay, stoma. And of course, the stoma is the hole, and they are controlled by the gut cell. Okay, gut cell. It's called cell Bernawal. Okay, why is it called gut cell? Very easy. Okay, I'm sure you live in a taman, right? Or you live in a condo, right? If I'm a stranger, I want to come in your house, I want to come into your taman. Outside your house has a guard house. I have to give my license and everything, right? So guard house to control the opening of the gate. Same thing lah. The opening is the stoma, so who controls the stoma? The guard cell lor. Okay, that's all lah. So the guard cell will open in the morning, so they will do gaseous exchange. At night they will close. Okay, anyway, so what goes in? This is the reverse. Why not bud cell? I don't know. Why bud? Why bud? Does it look like a bud? Okay, anyway, so carbon dioxide will go in. Okay, oxygen will come out because plants, they don't want oxygen, right? In the morning they draw oxygen, right? And then they absorb carbon dioxide, right? So what is this process called? This is called gaseous exchange lah. Okay, and how is this gaseous exchange done? They do it using diffusion. Remember what is diffusion? Same as our lung. Okay, you see, carbon dioxide will go out, oxygen will come in. This is called gaseous exchange, and this is called diffusion, resapan. So whatever that happens in our lung, it is exactly the same in the plants. Okay, exactly the same. So it's called diffusion. All right, so let's look at our point. What do they say? So how do they come in? Carbon dioxide is used in photosynthesis. So the concentration of carbon dioxide in the cell becomes lower. So inside the cell has very low carbon dioxide, okay, compared to the carbon dioxide in the space between cells. So difference in concentration allow the dissolved carbon dioxide to diffuse from the air space into cell. That means you have more carbon dioxide here, they will diffuse into the cell. Remember, diffusion is always from a high place to a low place, right? It's always from a crowded place to a less crowded place. Same goes to your lungs lah. Okay, if you go back to your lungs here, you see very little carbon dioxide here, a lot of carbon dioxide here. So carbon dioxide will go up. Okay, and then a lot of oxygen here, very little oxygen here. So oxygen will come in. From high to low, from high to low. It's always the same thing. It's always diffusion. So whatever that happens in your lung, it happens in the leaves. Exactly the same. It's just that the structure is different. Okay, the name of the structure is different, but the concept is the same. So the difference in concentration allow the dissolved carbon dioxide done already, so they diffuse lah. Okay, now here diffuse inside here already, right? So now here has very low carbon dioxide already lah. So what happens to this? The outside carbon dioxide will diffuse in lah. Okay, so it works like this. The outside carbon dioxide will diffuse into the air space here, and then it will diffuse into the cell. Okay, diffusion. Okay, diffusion. So this caused the concentration of carbon dioxide in the air space to become lower. So now it has lower carbon dioxide here compared to the concentration of carbon dioxide outside the stoma. So this is more carbon dioxide. So the difference in concentration causes a diffusion of carbon dioxide from atmosphere into airspace between cells, which goes in. Okay, how about oxygen? Same thing. Very high concentration here, very low concentration here. So they move out lah. Okay, from high to low. So they diffuse out. This one from high to low. So they diffuse in. So gaseous exchange. Same like us, right? Same like us, right? It's just that the gas is in reverse lah. Okay, we take in carbon dioxide, we take in oxygen, we throw out carbon dioxide. They do the reverse. They take in carbon dioxide, they throw out oxygen. Okay, this is why I say plant is very boring, because plant really there's not much things to learn. That's about it. Okay, so from outside to airspace to peristalsis, yes. Okay, yes, you got it, Vincent. Okay, anyway, what about these things? Why is it so colorful one? So this xylem and phloem, we will learn this in the next chapter. Okay, we will learn this in the next chapter. This is the blood vessel of a plant. Okay, you know you have you have blood vessel, right? Okay, you have your artery and your vein. What is this? I will go to the next chapter. So these two, we will leave it for the next chapter. Okay, it will make sense to you. Okay, anyway, so let's take a little bit closer look at our stoma. Okay, so if you look at our stoma, I don't know about you, this looks a bit disgusting to me. It looks like the plant has a lid. Okay, it's like the plant has a lid. Okay, this is like it's oddly terrifying. Ew. Okay, anyway, so stoma is made up of a stomata pore bounded by a pair of gut cells. So stoma refers to the hole. The lubang is called the stoma. The beside one is called the gut cell. So don't get confused. Okay, gut cell is the beside one. Okay, so how do they open and close? Okay, you see, a plant has no brain. Okay, so how do they work this out? How do they know when it's daytime they open? How do they know when it's nighttime they close? You see, they have a very simple but smart system. Okay, during daytime, when the sun is out, what will happen? Your gut cell has chlorophyll. Okay, your gut cell will do photosynthesis. When they do photosynthesis, they will start absorbing water. Okay, they will start absorbing water. So when they absorb water, the cell becomes full. The cell becomes filled with water. So when they are filled with water, they will bend out. Okay, they will bend out because that's the original shape. Okay, they will bend out. So it causes the cell to bend out. So the holes are now open. You see, very simple. Okay, so during the day, water diffuses into the gut cell through osmosis. What is this word, sir? What is osmosis? You will learn this in biology next time, actually. But hey, I'll talk about this if I have the time. Okay, so osmosis is basically movement of water. Okay, when water moves, it's called osmosis. That's all. That's all. Okay, you don't need to know this first. So osmosis, you see, water move from outside to inside, right? That's osmosis. Okay, that's all. Really simple. So it causes both the gut cell to curve and open the stomach. If you don't want to use the word curve, you can say that they are turgid. Okay, segar. Now, what does it mean by turgid? Turgid means full. The cell becomes very, it's like a balloon filled with water. They become very full, so they bend out. Okay, so now is it open? Yay! So in the morning, they can do gaseous exchange really. Really smart. There's no nerve or brain or whatever here. They just know in the morning, they will absorb water, they open. That's all. Okay, what about at night? Okay, so when do they close their stoma? It is two situations. It's either when it is at night, this one we know, or when the weather is too hot. Okay, when it is too hot, they will rather close. Why? This is to stop the plant from being dried out. They rather close. Okay, so what happens at night on hot day? So they stop doing photosynthesis. So when they stop doing photosynthesis, water will move out. Okay, water will move out. So when the water moves out, can you see the cells? They become flat. Just now the cell was really full. Now the cell was flat. Okay, so when they are flat, so they close. Okay, it's like closed for business, not open. No photosynthesis, so they close. Okay, so this happens during at night. Very normal. Okay, or when the day is too hot. Okay, that's why you see when our weather is too hot, you kind of see those leaves at the roadside. They just kind of lie you. Okay, they just kind of lie you. lately has been really hot, right? Have you noticed the weather lately has been really crazy? It's either in the morning or the afternoon, it gets super hot, and then at night or evening, oh, it started raining again. Okay, because of the monsoon lah. Okay, do you know this is global warming? Okay, we are supposed to have a dry season right now, but it is raining like nobody's business because the global warming is getting worse. Okay, anyway, so in the morning, when in the afternoon when it is too hot, you can actually see tree leaves, they lie you like that because they would rather close the stomach. Okay, you might say, sir, when they close it, how they do gaseous exchange? How they do photosynthesis? They would rather not do photosynthesis because you see, surviving is more important. If I keep opening like this, I'm going to lose water. My plant is going to dry out. I'm going to lose water and die. So instead of letting that happen, they would rather close. Okay, they close the stomach, let the water go out. Okay, then they close the stomach. Not open for business. Okay, so this is why during a hot day, if you don't want your plant to be like this, please water your plant. Okay, please water your plant. Don't dehydrate your plant. I'm sure if your mom is a big fan of gardening, she knows. Okay, every morning she'll start spraying her things with water. That's the reason. Okay, anyway, so during a night or hot day, water diffuse out of the gut cell through osmosis and cause both the gut cell to become straight. Okay, or you don't want to use straight, you can say flat. Okay, mandata, you see the cells are flat and close the stomach. Okay, like I said, close for business. All right, so very simple stuff. Okay, so every gaseous exchange depends on the stoma. Okay, if they close, no gaseous exchange. If they open, there's gaseous exchange. Okay, they can control when to breathe, when not to breathe. We have no such function, okay, because we need to keep breathing to survive. Okay, anyway, you know what? I think I'm going to stop here. It's 8 already. So we shall continue with this next week. So I hope you learned something new today. I shall see you again the same time next week. Okay, hope you have a happy Thursday. Okay, I'll see you again next week. So good night, everyone. Okay, have a good one. See you and bye-bye.